Hello, I'm April Davila for Sit Right Here, and this is First Page Fridays, where we read somebody's first page submitted anonymously. It's usually a novel or a short story. Sometimes it's a memoir. I don't know yet. I haven't read it. And then we work through it together, and I will share my thoughts as I edit on where I see the potential, where things might be stronger if we change them. This is very much how my team and I work with our clients at Sit Right Here. So if you are looking for feedback on your story, please reach out to us. And if you would like to send in your first page, there is a link below the video here where you can submit your first page to get it in the queue for First Page Friday. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to go ahead and start us through the process here. Way I usually do it is just to read through the page as best I can without stopping, and then we'll come back up to the top and start editing. Okay, so the drum of blows shattered the pre-dawn hush. Stella LeBlanc stirred from her feather mattress. A girl's voice, fragile, quivering with fear, threaded through the pounding at her door. Another one, she thought. Why does everyone think that I can save them? I can't. I'm just an old whore, for God's sake. She swung her legs free of silken sheets. The cool June air and salt of New Orleans prickled her skin. Always alert in her line of work, she rose, slipped into her silk wrapper, lit a lamp. In the dim corridor, Persian rugs swallowed her footsteps as she descended the grand staircase, gilt-framed mirrors multiplying her lamp's glow into dancing phantoms. Coming, she called, voice low, as she navigated her kingdom of velvet settees, shrouded gaming tables, gilded instruments. Through stained glass, a small, desperate silhouette begged for sanctuary. Let me in, please, he's coming. Stella drew the chain, cracked the door. Gaslight revealed a girl no more than 12, a dirt-streaked face, dress torn at the shoulder, terror luminous in her eyes. Please, ma'am, he'll kill me this time. Down the street, a hulking shadow lurched. A man's drunken roar. You get back here, girl. Don't run from your father. The child flinched. He ain't right since Ma died. Stella's decision was instant. She unhooked the chain, yanked the door wide. The girl stumbled inside, bearing the stench of mud and fear. Stella slammed the door as a fist thundered against it. All right, well, that is quite an opening. We definitely get tension. We get potentially like life-threatening, like a scary father, a girl in need. We also, and I usually mention this, but like I think our system, our submission tends to mess up the formatting. So this is probably not on the author. This is on us. But this is very compelling. As a first page, I would definitely be interested to turn the page and keep reading. There's a little bit of polish I think we could do at the top here. I also just love, why does everyone think I can save them? I can't, I'm just an old whore. And then, oh my God, she walks through the most like opulent, rich, I mean, for an old whore, she seems like she's doing all right for herself. So let's, I love that. I love that as a contrast. I love that as a character. I love that she opens the door and lets the girl in. So in general, great start. Let's look at how we can polish up this opening a little bit. The drum of blows shattered the pre-dawn hush. So I'm reading this as her already awake, even though it's pre-dawn. And I wonder if the drum of blows, it just doesn't quite land, and then shattered. So the drum of blows shattered the pre-dawn hush. I don't know. I just wonder if there's like a better way into it. Let's come back to it. Stella LeBlanc stirred from her feather mattress. I wonder if you could say like a pounding at the door. A pounding at the. I don't know. I'm struggling with that one a little bit. Stella, I'm trying to get to Stella like first. Like Stella LeBlanc stirred from her feather mattress. A girl's voice, fragile, quivering with fear, threaded through the pounding at her door. So now I'm wondering like a girl's fragile, quivering voice, would she really hear that all the way from her bedroom? Because the pounding on the door I get, but then Stella comes quite a ways to the front door, and I'm wondering would she really hear this? And then I think it also would be interesting to tell us, does it wake her? So I'm gonna just say a pounding, the pounding on the door woke Stella LeBlanc before dawn. She stirred from her feather mattress and thought she heard a girl's voice. I'm just going to say a girl's voice. Another one, she thought. I mean, again, that's a great detail, right? Another one. Ugh, why does everyone think that I can save them? I'm just an old whore, for God's sake. Now, when we switch into kind of this self-talk, at the very least, we need to do some italics. Now, if this is going to be a thing that is throughout the entire manuscript where Stella kind of talks to herself, great. Okay, it's a good thing to get it on the first page if that is going to be a feature of the story. I kind of feel like it's a slip of POV. I mean, technically it is, right? Because we're going from third person to first person. It's not that people don't do it. To me, it feels a little slippery. So I wonder, she stirred from her feather mattress and thought she heard a girl's voice. Another one who thought Stella could save her. And then you could do like the old whore stirred from her feather mattress. And another girl who thought Stella could save her. Another girl who sought out Stella for salvation. I'm going to say who sought out Stella for salvation. Now, again, I'm making suggestions. This is your story. You have to decide how you want to tell it. I'm just sharing my opinions for what they're worth. May they guide you, but you get to make the final choice, of course. The pounding on the door woke Stella LeBlanc before dawn. The old horse stirred from her feather mattress and thought she heard a girl's voice. I think you were right to like. So maybe let's save the girl's voice. No, because we need it here. Calling for help. Another girl who thought Stella, let's say it was seeking. This may need some tweaking. Seeking out Stella for salvation. She swung her legs free of the silken sheets. The cool June air. Usually we don't use an ampersand in prose. The cool June air and salt of New Orleans sprinkled her skin. Excuse me. I don't know that salt air prickles skin. So the cool June air of New Orleans prickled her skin and smelled of salt. I like the salt as a detail because that tells us not only in New Orleans, but we're close to the water. So good detail. Always alert in her line of work. She rose. Okay, so she swung her. Okay, so she rose, slipped into her silk wrapper, lit a lamp. In the dim corridor, Persian rugs swallowed her footsteps as she descended the grand staircase. Okay, so are the rugs on the staircase? That's not how I think of Persian rugs, but my experience is limited. In the dim corridor, Persian rugs swallowed her footsteps, period. I'm going to say, as she descended the grand staircase, gilt-framed mirrors multiplied. This should be multiplied. Her lamps glow into dancing phantoms. I actually love that imagery. Like I'm just seeing this like dark wood and like red, and then the little flame kind of dancing around through the mirrors and stuff. It's very evocative of a particular time and place. Coming, she called, voice low, as she navigated her kingdom of velvet settees, shrouded gaming tables, gilded instruments. Now we've already gilt and gilded. I wonder if there's another word for that. Through stained glass, a small and I would say through the stained glass of the front door, just to kind of guide us to the fact that we are coming to the front door. A small, desperate silhouette begged for sanctuary. Yeah, so maybe what would be another, I'm not sure, and abandoned, like we're trying, and shining, I don't know. But it does paint a picture. The kingdom of velvet settees, shrouded gaming tables, and gilded instruments. It definitely, like, I'm assuming this woman is now a madam, if not some kind of gaming house person. I don't know, but I'm loving it. Maybe we take the gilt here. Let's say ornately framed mirrors multiplied. Okay, and then gilded instruments. That balances that out a little bit. Through the stained glass of the front door, a small, desperate silhouette begged for sanctuary. See, that's great. This is really good. Let me in, please. He's coming. And exclamation points totally work in dialogue. Like this, a lot of times people put exclamation points like all over the place, but I just want to point out this is exactly where we want to use them. There's someone yelling for help. The exclamation point is absolutely right in this one. Okay, Stella drew the chain, cracked the door. I'm gonna just do that. Gaslight revealed a girl no more than 12, a dirt-streaked face, dress torn at the shoulder, terror luminous in her eyes. I like that. Please, ma'am, he'll kill me this time. Down the street. You know what, I might actually, since this is, we just described her and then she has her line, and then we jump down the street, a hulking shadow lurched. This is, I mean, that is so ominous, right? You don't need to tell us much more than a hulking shadow lurched, except that, oh, don't run from your father. Oh my God, it does get worse, right? A man's drunken roar, so we confirm that he's drunk, that's why he's lurching. You get back, and this would probably be a comma. You get back here, girl, don't run from your father. The child flinched. He ain't right since Ma died. I wonder if this could be a little more voicey. You want to be careful of dialect. I'm not saying right into dialect, but like don't you run from your father. Just a little bit more, like, to sound a little more like a drunken lurching. Don't you run from your father. Child flinched. He ain't right since Ma died. Stella's decision was instant. She unhooked the chain, yanked the door wide. The girl stumbled inside, bearing the stench of mud and fear. Stella slammed the door as a fist thundered against it. I mean, I think this is great. I wonder, is there opportunity here to give us a hint of, I mean, we say the old whore, but how old is old? Like, when we're talking horrors, an old whore could be like 28, right? Or is she really more of a madam who's maybe in her 50s and 60s? Is she a skinny woman? Is she a voluptuous woman? You have all these mirrors here. Mirrors are a great opportunity to show reflections of what people look like. So in addition to the glowing, I mean, this is so lovely. Multiplied her lamp's glow into dancing phantoms. You might have her like catch a glimpse of herself and like shake her head, like, oh, she'd gotten fat in the past years, or like, I don't know, if I'm picturing her as like this voluptuous madam, and like, maybe how does she feel about herself? Does she like that? Or does she miss being like a young waif? Or was she ever? Like, there's just opportunities here to like give us not only what she looks like, but how she feels about how she looks. And the mirrors are always good for that. You give us this girl who's almost 12. We don't actually know what she looks like yet, and I don't think it matters here. She's the only other character, which is why I'm jumping to her. But we get the dirt-streaked face, her dress torn at the shoulder, terror luminous in her eyes. That's enough for this character for right now. We know she's little, she's dirty, her dress is torn, she's terrified. Those are the details that matter to this scene. But assuming that Stella LeBlanc is not just like someone who's opening the door, but a main character, look for ways to tell us a little bit more about her. Tall, short, skinny, voluptuous, old, young, all of those details. We get the New Orleans, that's wonderful. In general, I think this is a really solid first page. I would definitely keep reading because I want to know, who's this girl? Is she going to be okay? Is Stella going to take care of her, or is Stella going to just be like another bad stop for this girl after an abusive father? I know I edited the front a little bit. Let's reread it. The pounding on the door, the pounding on the door woke Stella LeBlanc before dawn. The old horse stirred from her feather mattress and thought she heard a girl's voice calling for help. Another girl who was seeking out Stella for salvation. She swung her legs. I think you could add to this. Like, maybe she shakes her head. It was just another girl looking for salvation. I don't know. Because I don't know your story very well, I'm going to resist editing it further, but I think you could push into that a little bit. She swung her legs free of silken sheets. The cool June air of New Orleans prickled her skin and smelled of salt. Always alert in her line of work, she rose, slipped into her silk wrapper, and lit a lamp. We do use silk a couple times here. I wonder if, like, silken, is it like, are they silk sheets, or is it like a particular, I don't know, Egyptian cotton? Is there something specific maybe? In the dim corridor, Persian rugs swallowed her I like that, swallowed her footsteps as she descended the grand staircase. Ornately framed mirrors multiplied her lamp's glow into dancing phantoms. Yeah, this is lovely. And I love the setting. I'm very curious about the characters. I would definitely keep reading. So thank you again to the author who sent in their anonymous page. If this was not your page and you'd like to send yours in, don't forget there's a link below where you can do that, and we'll put it in the queue, and one of these weeks we will get to you. So happy writing, my friends. Until next time.